When Brenda Johnson purchased a decaying 19th-century home in Cayuga, Indiana, she had straightforward plans to renovate it. She heard the local rumors that the property, known as Willows Weep, was cursed, but she dismissed them entirely as small-town superstition. That skepticism vanished the moment the mundane work of remodeling began. The house violently pushed back. While her son was working on a room, solid ceiling boards physically detached and flew directly at him, causing serious injury. The aggression quickly escalated into a terrifying daily reality. Brenda endured heavy banging beneath the floorboards and doors slamming shut on their own. Then came a direct physical attack, leaving 6 fresh, bloody claw marks deeply scratched down her bare back. This undeniable physical trauma proved the threat inside Willows Weep is tangible and aggressive. Unable to safely occupy the home she just bought, Brenda realized she needed immediate outside intervention to understand what she was dealing with. She reached out to paranormal investigators Dave Spinks and his associate Haley Sharp, who traveled to Cayuga to confront the crisis. Upon arrival, they found Brenda suffering from an intense physiological toll. The sheer proximity to the structure makes her physically sick, leaving her unable to even stand comfortably near the property line. Dave and Haley established a clear procedural objective. They needed to dig into the local records to determine if Brenda's modern-day encounters align with the property's historical past. Connecting Brenda's physical injuries to a historical pattern would confirm a grim reality. It would mean Willows Weep is an active hunting ground with a long memory. To trace the roots of this violence, Dave and Haley began cross-referencing Brenda's attacks with the town's death logs, uncovering a staggering concentration of lethal events. The lethal history begins right at the home's inception in 1890, when the original builder died unexpectedly in the bathtub. From there, the historical body count rapidly accelerates. Records show 2 suicides, a hanging, and 3 men fatally poisoned. This distant history connects directly to the present. Just 6 months prior to Brenda purchasing the property, another man took his own life inside. The aftermath of this most recent tragedy was particularly gruesome. The victim fell into a chair, and his body was left rotting in the home for a full week before anyone discovered him. This unbroken chain of grotesque deaths confirms Brenda's terrifying experiences are not isolated incidents. They are the continuation of a localized curse that has plagued the address for over a century. Searching for a root cause to explain this dense concentration of death, the investigators turn their attention back to the home's original 1890 construction. Digging into the property records, they uncover a bizarre structural anomaly. The fundamental foundation and layout of the home completely defy standard 19th century architectural practices. Viewed from a top-down perspective, the blueprint reveals the house was built in the precise shape of an inverted cross. In the late 1800s, this configuration carried heavy occult significance. It was a calculated mathematical design choice, requiring specific intent from the builder. The implication here is terrifying. The house itself functions as a weapon, and its very geometry is inextricably linked to the century of violence it hosts. This raises the central analytical mystery of the investigation. Why would anyone deliberately construct a residential home using dark occult geometry? One working hypothesis is that the inverted cross acts as a demonic magnet. Under this theory, the home's layout was designed as an open invitation to summon and attract malevolent spirits to the location. But there is a contrasting theory, the architectural trap. This suggests the foundation was built as a structural cage meant to entrap a pre-existing evil already tethered to the land. If true, the home was designed to serve as a permanent physical warning to the living that demonic entities are real and must be contained at all costs. Whether it was built to summon darkness or to imprison it, the underlying mechanism remains the same. The architecture functions perfectly as a machine engineered to generate human suffering. Back in the present day, Dave and Haley finalized their case file with Brenda. Their conclusion validates every fear she had. Brenda's visceral physical attacks are fully verified by both the historical body count and the sinister structural blueprint. Brenda remains absolutely convinced that there is nothing good inside Willows Weep. In her eyes, the property is purely and unredeemably evil. Today, Willows Weep stands as a grim monument to the unknown. blurring the line between incredibly bad luck and deliberate occult design. The case proves that some architectural anomalies serve as deliberate warnings, leaving us to wonder what other ordinary-looking structures were secretly built to cage the unthinkable.